Welcome to Mystic Post TV. We invite you to subscribe. Thank you.
St. Paul says that before the Antichrist arrives, a great apostasy will come first, because only in this way can the church be purified, as well as the world. On September 10, 2003, St. John Paul II said, "After purification through trial and suffering, the dawn of a new era is about to begin." Many popes have said the same, indicating that the church will flourish again after a time of trial. And we see this clearly with the Garabandal apparitions. It is now evident that the beginning of this period of purification, the end of times, is related to the death of Benedict XVI. On June 3, 1963, the bells of Garabandal began to ring. Conchita, the seer, who was in the kitchen of her house with her mother Aniceta, immediately exclaimed, "The bells ring for a dead person. Surely, it is for the Pope," and indeed, John the 23rd had died. Conchita then told her mother that, now there are no more than 3 popes left. The mother, surprised, asks her why she said that, and Conchita replied that the Virgin had told her that after Pope John the 23rd, there would only be 3 more popes. Later, Conchita added that there would be an additional pope because of the brevity of one of the popes. The mother asks her if then the end of the world would come. Conchita said, "Not the end of the world, but the end of time. The Virgin who told me, after this pope there are only 3 left and then, the end of time." With the death of Pope Benedict XVI, let us count the popes and consider the math. After John the 23rd came Paul VI, then John Paul I who stayed for only a month, followed by John Paul II, and later Benedict XVI. So far we have 3 popes, and one that is not counted is Pope John Paul I due to the brevity of his pontificate. And so what happens then with Pope Francis? Is he then the pontiff who will reign at the end of time? Many experts believe the signs of the times show that something has changed, especially during the pontificate of Pope Francis. We have seen a series of tribulations come to the church and to the world, including war in Europe, a pandemic and a financial crisis. In particular, we see the speed of the worldwide moral decline that is taking place. In the church, the confusion, the apostasy, the heresies have multiplied. This brings us to the 900-year-old prophecy of Saint Malachy regarding all the popes that many experts believe is beginning to unfold. Saint Malachy's list is known as the prophecy of the popes. The sudden focus on Malachy's prophecy stems from the death of Pope Benedict XVI. Pope Benedict XVI took his name to be seen as glory of the olive tree, and according to the Malachy prophecy, the one that follows the glory of the olive tree is the last pope on the list. Saint Malachy says, "In the final persecution of the Holy Roman Church, Peter the Roman will sit on the throne, who will feed his sheep amid many tribulations, and when these things are over, the city of the 7 hills, Rome, will be destroyed, and a terrible judge will be the judge to the people." The end. This astonishing character of Malachy's list is that it tells us that after the 111th Pope, which corresponds to Benedict XVI, a great persecution would come to the Church, which he calls the final persecution. The prophecy states that after Pope Benedict XVI a great tribulation will come to the Church and to the world which had been withheld until the moment of his death. With the rise of worldwide calamities and moral decline of civilization, for many it is becoming clear that we have reached the moment that is known as the end of time. Our Lady is calling. God bless and thank you for watching Mystic Post TV.